I don't even know what to say, but there's a lot to say. Mental health is, I believe, the capacity to which your mind can function in any given situation, and how well it can do so, right? So I believe your mental health is determined by that. I believe mental health is important just in general because everything we do stems from our mind. Decisions we make, things we say, things we do, it all comes from the state of our mental state. So I believe in order for us to live a quality life, we need to have a quality mind. So that's why I believe mental health is important. Yeah, I believe self-love is a big part of mental health. A lot of self-hatred comes from a distorted mind, right? So in order for us to love ourselves properly, we need to have I refer to the Bible. The Bible calls it a renewed mind, right? You have to, because you go through a lot of things in life, right? And people say stuff, we experience things, we see things, we hear things, and it all has a part to play in how our mind is conditioned. And there comes a time where we have to get to a place where we have to see ourselves in a sober way. So in order for me to love me properly, I need to rewire my mind. Yeah, I believe it's very important. I don't believe you can love anybody without loving yourself. Because you need to know what it is that you need. Because when you go into a relationship, whether it's a intimate one or a platonic one, you need to know what it is that you need. And also, right, you talked about mental health. You need to have a sober mind, and you need to know what you need from a sober perspective, so like that you can have like sober expectations from people, right? And also, when you know that for yourself, you can be able to identify good friends and bad friends as well, right? So I believe that in order for you to love people, you gotta know how to love yourself first. It's very important. I don't want to generalize, but just the majority, people are going into relationships wanting to be loved, but not being able to reciprocate that, right? People are going into relationships, everybody's empty. So people are just looking for voids to fill, you know? Nobody's going into I don't want to say nobody, not a lot of people are going into relationships from a whole place. And I believe it's causing a big dilemma, and that's why everybody's so isolated, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I strongly believe that you attract what you are. Because I believe that the soul is almost like, I learned that it's almost like, it's unseen, you can't really see it, but the way it's wired, it's like sticky material, right? It's like magnet, right? And magnet attracts metal, right? So that's what it's wired to do. So whatever you are wired like, if you haven't rewired yourself, if you're very toxic, you'll attract toxicity. And usually when you're wired in a toxic way, you either push away or people who are healthy push you away because they identify that like, yo, this person's not good for me. You know what I mean? So you truly attract what's on the inside of you because like toxicity needs company. You know what I mean? Especially when it doesn't want to go away. So yeah, I strongly believe it. Do I love myself? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And the reason why I can,
How did you get to that?
I really had to be okay with who I was, not just physically, but also internally. I have a very odd personality, and for a long time I tried to hide that. I tried to, I didn't like being different. I didn't like the fact that people saw that I was different, so I always used to hide that. But I had to get to a point where I gotta be okay with who I am. You know what I mean? For example, I'm someone that loves hard. I'm very emotional. I'm I'm very weird. I'm sporadic. I am, what else? I'm corny, you know what I mean? I'm a cool guy, but I'm also corny too, and I have to be okay with that, you know? And I had to get to a point where I couldn't bank off of the opinions of others, and I had to now like what do I think of me, right? And really and truly, if I'm being honest, I think in order to, for example, in order to really appreciate a product, you have to know what the product is from the product maker, right? So for me to actually like love me, I had to go back to God and be like, yo, like what is this, you know? And just getting to know him and his mind concerning me, you know, little things like just taking time and reading my Bible and, you know, actually having conversations with him. Like sometimes I talk to myself, but I'll leave room for him to say something. You know what I mean? And that may not be for everybody, but a little, I guess something that I can give other people who may not believe in God is just try to find a good thing to say about you. You know what I mean? We're so wired to like, oh, I'm this, I'm waste, I'm that, you know? But how about just say like, yo, I'm a good person. You know what I mean? I love people, you know? So I think rewiring my mind, falling in love with my flaws, you know, being okay with where I was, little things like that led me to actually love me, you know? And it's a progressive thing. It's you never get to a point where I love myself and that's it, because you're always getting to know yourself. So even your flaws, things that, your struggles, like you gotta embrace all of that. And when you get to that point, that's where I believe that you love yourself. Yeah. This one almost breaks my heart. You know, a lot of people are out here struggling mentally, and we just kind of go about life on autopilot. I guess my admonishment to everybody watching is just, yo, take time. And I know going through your mind is scary. Sometimes you don't want to hit certain places because like, I don't want to think about that. You know what I mean? But I promise you, the way you're wired, you may not believe in the one who created you, but the one who created you made you to be sturdy. You know what I mean? And he made you strong enough to withstand everything that you've been through. You know what I mean? So take time, go through your mind, go through whatever's haunting you, deal with your traumas, face it, you know what I mean? Because it's not just for you, but it's for the people that you're connected to. I believe we come into the world connected to a lot of people. And in order for us to be a blessing to them, we need to first work on ourselves. So take time, deal with your mind. And in turn, when you deal with your mind, your heart starts to adjust. You know what I mean? So take time, deal with your mind, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.